Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Friday, which means we're going to be playing some more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I have no idea how much left we have of this case, but I anticipate we'll be towards the end of it. I will not be continuing to the next case when we're done with it, but we'll just have to do a teaser of that. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Actually, let's do a rain check on the if we continue to the next case or not, depending on how late it is. Let's see. Was there something else I wanted to say? I can't think of anything. Oh yeah, I was dumb and I forgot to. I haven't had time to upload the archive for last stream. So yay me! Now. Thank you, Septile, for the host, and hello, Will, hello, Pix, hello, Septile, of course, and hello, Knight. How are you all doing? And we have going straight into this. Hey, lurks are fine. Lurks are fine. Lurkers are in like this majority I find in many cases, so lurk is fine, don't feel bad about it. I just need to clean my glasses slightly because my glasses are foggy. Now then, how was Mr. Knightley brought here from the detention center? Only Simon Keyes could have provided such an opportunity. Because of this fact, I find it more difficult to suspect any other party of this crime. Mr. Keyes is not the only one with the opportunity. If I can prove that with evidence, I can break this deadlock. The body came from the courtyard. We actually know that. Thank you, Will. Let's see. Actually, let's just. Okay, this one is not too relevant to press. Let's do this one. Are you certain there are no other routes? A trial date has not been determined for Mr. Knightley. Since he was not a prisoner, he could not have easily entered a prison. He would have stood out way too much. Meaning no one testified seeing him there. Well done. May you be blessed by the goddess of law. As I said, Mr. Knightley was taken into the prison through a less conspicuous manner. The well information. We'll get to that. Are you certain that he was the only person who had the opportunity? Just this one. Have you forgotten? This is a prison. Due to the constant supervision, it will be impossible to do anything unusual. Then, wouldn't it be the same for Mr. Keyes? The warden has shown favour to the Berry Big Circus. Simon Keyes is a circus member. Miss Berry's apprentice, no less. It could only have been him. He was able to move about freely within the facility. It seems you have forgotten to mention that. The word forget does not exist in my dictionary. Then would it be prudent for you to add this to your argument? Mr. Keyes may have been the only person who could move around freely in the prison, but on the day of the murder there was a gap in time missing from the surveillance records. During that time, anyone could have done as they pleased. Do I have proof of this gap in the surveillance records. I do. That'll be this one. Found a breaker. No. I mean, yes, this one.
Take that!
It had to be it. Mr. Keys wasn't the only one who had the opportunity. Who else could have had the opportunity? I keep changing how this guy speaks. So this is the problem with me. Like it takes me like one week between me streaming these. The timestamp on the security camera off by 3 hours. This means there was a 3-hour gap in the time. During that time, anyone could have done it. If that were the case, then the murderer would have created the gap in time intentionally. It would not have been a simple camera failure. Are you saying that's possible? It is possible if you had access to this.
Take that!
In this courtyard we found the circuit breaker for the security camera, and it was possible to access the breaker room both before and after the murder. Right! Unfortunately, it appears that you have fallen short of your intentions. Mr. Edgeworth hasn't fallen short of anything! So, can you explain how the murderer obtained the key to the breaker room? Yeah, that's right. It was locked, wasn't it? Hello, Bello. I hope you are well. The warden hangs on to the key, right? The breaker room has great importance even in a prison. There is no one who would be able to obtain the key so easily.
Objection!
Well, I think I can think of someone. Hey, this is water. What did you say? This person, the murderer, was able to get the key. They didn't even need to steal it. But there can't be anyone like that. Besides, the breaker to the electrified fence is in that room too. Only one person could have done this. I didn't want to believe it myself, but I trust that my logic is sound. The person who used the key to enter the breaker room is none other than Patricia Rowley. The murderer is... Warden Roland. Oh my, what an energetic little puppy! That is because the dog is extremely fond of sweets. It seems to detect that sweet scent on you. Oh heavens, no, I'm not even wearing a perfume or anything of the sort. What the dog detects is a sweet scent of death. How poetic! However, that does not imply that I committed a murder. That's what I think. What? The warden is the murderer? Mr. Edgeworth, are you serious about your statement? How amusing. Oh, the very thought of a warden committing a murder. It sounds like something out of a mystery novel. Precisely. Your reasoning is in contempt. Nothing of the sort. I did not want to believe it myself, but based on the evidence, I have no choice but to believe it. This evidence proves that Warden Roland is the murderer. Okay, which actually is the evidence? I mean, it'll have. Okay, which actually is the evidence for that? Ah, the sweet scent.
Take that!
The smell gave you away. As you can plainly see, someone has taken notice. This police dog? He tracked a sweet smell that came from the body, and right now he is telling us the same scent is on Warden Roland. Oh, you are a cruel one to accuse me of murder based on something like that. All right, Justine, darling. It appears that Judge Courtney had reached the same conclusion as I have. Mr. Edgeworth, this couldn't just have been a coincidence, now could it? The key to the break room had the same scent in the body. If it were only one, it could have been seen as such. It appears we have reached a conclusion. We should now listen to what the warden has to say. Indeed, until we do, we cannot close this case. Oh my goodness, everyone's making such scary faces. Well, so I'm the only one who could have been made the murderer? Now that just cannot be. I heard all about the case from Justine Darling here. Had I committed the murder, it would have been taking place in a holding cell, darling, love. But I couldn't have moved the body. I never even went to the prison. I was caught in my own work up until the show. I was stuck in my office. Check up on it if you like. You'll find no record of me entering the prison. I don't know what reasoning you had, but I can say for sure I cannot be the killer. Well, may as well bark at you, pal. You gotta be the culprit. Oh, heavens! It is not possible. I already told you. I never even went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, why don't you check the records? She wanted to check the records. She does seem confident. For now, all we can do is listen to her and try to draw out more information. I hope you understand, Mr. Edgeworth. So, the thing with this though is that she can be in her office and still go to the break room. Because, all that needs to be done is for the electric fence to not be active. Because I don't think any prisoner is going to go to the electric fence and just, hey, maybe it's not active. You know? So all she really had to do was go out into her garden and open the gate. Maybe you can. I actually don't know. Yeah, I guess. But still, here. I don't really know. Hard to say, but at the same time, it's just she can still just do it afterwards. I know, guess. Now, Septile. We're playing Investigations 2 right now. We'll get the Spirit of Justice in a couple of months, I reckon. At the current pace we're playing. The murder occurred inside the cell. How can you be so certain about that? Alright, well, thank you for lurking so far. Take care. Well, everywhere else would have been under surveillance, right? And the victim's blood was found there too. That blood was actually from when he was struck by Albert, but I don't think it's necessary to inform her of this fact. That doesn't mean it's proven. You know that. Oh, but I see no contradictions in assuming the crime scene was the detention center. Take care.
Hold it!
You never went into the prison. Do you have proof of this? My, can't you wait for me to finish?
Hold it!
You were in your office the whole time. Nothing strange happened? No, nothing at all. Were you looking for something? I'm not good at tidying up. I always forget where I put everything. The other day I even lost track of an important piece of evidence. How could you have made such a grave error? If someone were to take something from me, I wouldn't even notice it for an entire year. I guess it would be hard to attack with the key to the breaker room. On the day of the incident, I was working in my office and searching for lost items. In other words, I couldn't have gone to the prison even if I wanted to.
Hold it!
You did not enter the prison from the entrance. But what if there's another route? Oh my! Are you suggesting something like a secret passage? I don't know if anything like that exists. It is my firm belief that you do possess an alternate route. That route was neither the entrance nor the secret passage, so my line of thinking from earlier.
Take that!
The barbed wire fence. You would have moved nightly to your office first. This office leads directly to the garden side of the courtyard. If you had moved through here and passed through the barbed wire fence, you would have arrived at the prison without passing through the entrance or a tunnel. There we go. I wonder what Mr. Edgeworth is saying. Haven't you noticed there's a high voltage current running through the fence? Yeah, obviously she couldn't have passed through like that. The current to the fence could be switched off the breaker room, and you were the only one who had the key, Warden Roller. Most amusing. However, the break room is located on the prison side of the courtyard. How could a warden have accessed it from the detention center? Ah, quite right. Oh, gotcha then, Mr. Edgeworth. That's... If there's no record of her passing through the prison entrance, it would not have been possible for her to turn off the fence's breaker. But... Warden Roller was the only one who had access. Don't let this faze you, Miles. But if I don't have a solution for this, she'll get away. Now, Uncle Ray never said don't think, you know. It's just not good to be so stubborn about it, that is all. But no matter how you think about it, Warden Roller couldn't have done this alone. Prosecutor Edgeworth, if you have failed to come up with a I am much amused, interrupting my judgment only to be silent. Without thinking, I just blurted out objection. I have to answer. I won't let this end here. My reasoning is not over yet. So, how did she use the breaker without leaving the detention center? It is perfectly possible with this method. I mean, let's see. This is the breaker for that one. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that he had an accomplice. That she had an accomplice. At the same time, the accomplice is a bit too obvious. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like we have J. Elbird, but I don't think it's him because he could just like, you know, he wouldn't be the one, I think. And I don't think it is the crocodile or the alligator. To be honest, I don't think that it is like the alligator. Yeah, I don't think it's any of the prisoners. Yeah, the alligator. At the same time though, the timing is... So, wait a minute, let's see. The food was actually taken at 9 AM. When was the roll call again? 9 PM and 7. And if it, so she... I mean, it'll have to be the timing, right? Spitball, at the same time, like any of these. I mean, saw it. Yeah, I suppose. That is actually right, Pix. You're absolutely correct on that part. It saw it in a bracelet. It was indeed impossible for one person, but what if there is two? Well, exactly, just what I expected from you, Miles. Yes, you had an accomplice on the prison side. Enough! I am disappointed in you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What's that, pal? You're making fun of Miss Edgeworth. The inmates at this prison all wear bracelets. Oh, if they try to go in where they please, they'll set up the alarm. Ah! So you noticed. This is a prison after all. Not only were the prisoners, but the guards too are under constant scrutiny. So why didn't anyone notice Elbird? The only ones allowed to move around freely are the animals. And they certainly could not have used a breaker. But it's still possible that person did it. Excluding the inmates and the guards, just what kind of person would you say it was? We can't exclude the inmates and the guards just yet. There was only one person, one whose movements was not restricted. This evidence shows there was someone in prison who could move around freely.
Take that.
That is, it looks like the bracelet's worn by the prisoners. It belongs to a certain model inmate and that is broken. What? Just who on earth does it belong to? Huh. Why? Frank saw it, the warden's favorite inmate. Oh, I love that sprite. Oh, that's a great sprite. Don't you think it's strange? He managed to keep this hidden while he moved around freely in his daily prison life. Yeah, he did it again! Golly, when you think about it, it shouldn't be possible. I'd hazard a guess that it was because he was a special case, just like Sarah and Dojan in a special cell. The prosecutor's statement is mere conjecture. You could find out by simply asking Sawyer himself. It is my firm belief that Mr. Sawyers and Warden Roland were partners in crime. Due to their collaboration, another route surfaces. The real route by which Knightley's body was moved to the prison. There were two obstacles that needed to be dealt with. The security camera in front of Knightley's cell, and the electrical fence in the courtyard. Both of these problems could have been solved with a single stroke, by having Sawyer switch off the breakers in the breaker room. Mr. Edgeworth, can you wait one moment? Do you still intend to deny it, Warden Roland? I give in, I to confess. Warden Roland? No, this cannot be! Yes, it's just as he says. Frank Sawyer and I were partners in crime. No way! You did it, Mr. Edgeworth! Well done, Miles. At last, we have a real culprit cornered. Like Mr. Edgeworth said, Frankie operated the breaker. Yeah, this isn't over. But we were not responsible for Knightley's murder. What? What? Warden Roland, whatever you do mean. Judge Courtney, darling, would the goddess of law hear my confession? The goddess of law is merciful. She will absolve you. Oh, I was being threatened. That's why I had no choice but to do as I was told. So, who was threatening you? Sir Hank Dojan, the assassin. That assassin. Dojan. It's been going on since that man came to the prison. I will never forget that day. When we were both alone, he suddenly said to me, I have many dogs outside the prison. Dogs? Loyal dogs who obey my every command. I soon realized that what Dojan referred to were not really dogs, but his human henchmen. And that's not all he said. You'd better watch how you treat me, if you don't want you and your family to become dog food. I had no choice. I gave him a special cell. I gave him everything he desired. Yeah, of course we heard about. It's great, just like this. This is a great, like, leitmotif. Anything he desired. You don't mean the supplier. That's right. Anything he ordered, I would deliver to him. An underground dealership. I was the one who won over Frankie. It's simple, I just offer him a special privilege with the prison. In these underground dealings, once a week in the middle of the night, Frankie would shut off the two breakers. so I can move from my office to the courtyard without being seen by a security camera. I will go past the fence and drop the goods down the well near the prison. And then I'd sprinkle this perfume over it. Ah, I see. So that's the true identity of the sweet scent. The scent of perfume was a signal for Dojin's dog. After picking up the scent, it would carry the goods to Dojin. Of course, this had to be done while Albert was away from his cell. I'm surprised you never found out about it, pal. We have a strict timetable here at the prison. Meal time, exercise time. It's easy to know when he's away from his cell. And since little Rocky is afraid of Dojin's dog, I didn't have to worry about him making any noises. So, having full knowledge of the prison's inner workings, she made these deliveries herself. This would have ensured that there was no slip-ups. Frankie would turn on the breakers back on in the early morning and the delivery was complete. And modify the timestamp on the security camera. You have told us a great deal. The goddess of law accepts your penitent confession. Penitent confession. As a warden of the prison, how could I have done such a foolish thing? The day Knightley was killed was also delivery day. It seems Frankie was working in the breaker as usual. But that day I had nothing to send, so I did not go to the courtyard at all. The secret supply system, so... Then Warden Rowan was... So the reason you kept on interrogating him? Yes, was to find his henchman. Oh, she's looking absolutely murderous there. Just look at this. I borrowed all the evidence from the police and carried the interrogation myself. I kept an eye on all of his actions, examined all of his mail. Mail? Like his correspondence, chess letters. But I could never uncover the true identity of his henchman. This fear, it's something you could never understand. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you were listening, right? Yeah, I want Langsy to come here and just like show her what's for. I'd say this confession clears the warden of all suspicion. That doesn't clear her for anything. She is still a suspect. Is it really necessary to press her further than this? Is it necessary to press her further? Yes! Judge Courtney, my questioning isn't over yet. I'm sure the gods of law isn't satisfied yet either. You mean to badger this woman further? Even if she was threatened by Dojin. This does not prove she was not the culprit in this case. She was able to use a supply route to transport Knightley's body. Do you have any evidence to support this? The body gave up a sweet scent. The scent of perfume that was used to signify delivery. Can you explain this fact? Oh, not of course. Since I have made so many deliveries, the scent could have lingered around the well. When the body was moved through the well, the scent would have transferred to it. Mr. Albert also testified to this fact. Perfume doesn't linger that long. What sort of perfume are these guys using? I want some of it! Like, sure, I don't use a lot of perfume. Depends on the situation, yeah, but still. The lingering sand in a well would, of course, be picked up by anything passing through. The defense rests, I see. In that case, the court is adjourned. Mr. Edgeworth, is there anything we can do? What should I do? Is this as far as I can go? Is it over already? Yes, Sebastian, it is. And now, court is officially adjourned. Who was that? No, it's not nice of you to adjourn things just like that, Courtney Pie. Oh, this song is so good! Mr. Shields. I objected to the court adjourning. Of course not. I ain't got no objection or anything like that. Just go ahead and adjourn the court. Do whatever you like. Hey, what are you doing, Mr. Shields? Whoa there, calm down, Kay. Who wants some chocolate? I do. Is this a joke? Well, you'll have to excuse me, I just have one tiny request to make. As Simon Key's attorney. That's right, you are the defense attorney in charge of this case. Aren't you? Exactly. Did you forget? So that's so mean. But you just left everything to Mr. Edgeworth and didn't do anything at all. Yes, that's right. That's why. Well, I thought I'd do my job for a bit. Do your job. That hardly sounds like you at all. Needs to prepare for the trial. I'd like to ask the warden a few questions. Surely you would jest. What more could you possibly expect to hear from her? Well, Miss Warden, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the culprit. My thoughts? Uncle Ray believes that Simon is not the culprit. It seems that Miss Warden also suspects someone other than Simon. I'd like to hear you out. Mr. Edgeworth, what's Mr. Shields up to? He's trying to lure Warden into testifying. Why was the plywood used to transport the body? I'd say it was to pin the crown on Doja. Ah, I see! If he committed a murder here, he'll be transferred to another prison. One with tighter security. That would get rid of the troublemaker. Exactly. She wouldn't pass up a chance like that. Hold up. A culprit besides Simon? What do you mean? Simon was the only one the one that was supposed to prosecute. Exactly. Wouldn't it be better if the best also listened to what she had to say? Amazing, Mr. Shields! You managed to drag Mr. the Best into this too! Warden Roland, is this acceptable? Oh, it's fine, it's fine! You understand a woman's heart! No, thank you, mademoiselle. Actually, I've been thought it over. I'd like to thank you, my thoughts. You let me speak, won't you, Justine, darling? Of course you may speak. Mr. Shields, that's so awesome! Oh, that was a close shave. Thank you, Mr. Shields. No, I'm still leaving the rest to you. Remember what I said? A defense attorney never gives up. The fate of our client rests on our shoulders, after all. It'd be uncool if Uncle Ray didn't put that into practice, you know. Now then, Miles, it's your turn to show you never give up. Right. Well, and if you'll listen to my story... I believe the culprit in this case could only have been Dojin. I have no idea what transpired between Dojin and the victim. It simply could have been that Dojin was displeased with him. In any case, he was the one who stabbed the victim to death. He probably had a dog dispose of his body. This is the truth in this case. The victim, Mr. Knightley, was it? I think it was a truly terrible thing. Taking a man's life, you mean? That's how you go about saying it, isn't it? Oh, if I only had been more vigilant, his death would never have happened. That's why I want to clear up his regrets. Warden Roland, how considerate. I am sure Mr. Knightley in heaven is overflowing with gratitude. Is gratitude really what Knightley feels? That is false, though. Knightley was being held in the detention center and Dojin was in the prison. They couldn't make any contact. Don't you think that would have prevented trouble? Oh, the prison is quite confined, right? There were many ways for them to meet. Knightley was murdered days before he would have been sentenced to prison. Surely there were many ways a meeting could occur. Even without the direct meeting, Dojin can still cause trouble, mark my words. The thing is though, you said yourself earlier that you read the letter. G6, so it's this, wait. So this is the king. Actually I'm gonna check this. So pawn to G6 is an invalid move. No wait, white. He's white, so this one goes here. Because let's see if there's like anything there. This dark piece is also not part of the chest thing. Yeah, exactly. She knows what's being sent between him. So the question is whether okay. I mean, she did say herself that she was like reading his mail. Okay, let's press her some more, see if we can get some more stuff pressed. Get out more statements. What could Knightley have done in the detention center to just please him? That was just an example. You don't have to take it so seriously. It seems that I'm in danger. Didn't I already say that I had no idea what transpired between them? Nevertheless, you certainly are the serious one, Edgeworth, dear. What's this? This piercing gaze. Always standing straight and still. Very nice. Looking very clever, my dear. I think I'm about to become your biggest fan. Mr. Mr. Edgeworth, stay focused! It's just a flesh wound! Right. Is this some form of psychological warfare?
Hold it.
You seem very confident of that. How can you be so sure? The children in this home are all good little boys and girls. Believe in yourself, believe in your friends, and believe in me and the guards. There's no way any of these hard-working children would have committed murder. Quite an emotional reason. Makes sense coming from someone like her. Only Dojan could be capable of something like that. But you read his mail. You said it yourself. Do you have anything here that says that she reads his mail? Yeah, because like I did present a memo. This one I already presented and that was wrong. Gordon Roland, that statement you just made is contradictory. Oh, something strange about it? Yes, this evidence... Seems to be that Dojan was displaced. Okay, let's press some more. On the other things then. I'd like to hear your thoughts about the circumstances surrounding the murder. Well, I suppose it was a simple job. During his booking, I learned that the victim had some kind of injury to his neck. He couldn't turn his neck to the right. I remember him saying something like that. Booking. That's the process one undergoes before being locked up in the detention center. It sounds like you don't really know a lot about Knightley. I only know a little. In any case, it would have been an easy target for Ocean. Perhaps he used a chisel hidden in the chessboard. The victim wouldn't even have had a chance to scream. I see. Your opinion will be a very valuable reference. Could you add those last statements to your testimony? No, you're making me blush. You are so cute. I'm just kidding. I'll continue. The chessboard. The thing the victim brought with him. It seemed like he really enjoyed playing chess. How could I guess that chisel would be hidden inside it? The children's chessboard. That fact is only known by a select few people. This was the answer we arrived at from our reasoning after all. So then, why does she know this? In Dojin's hand, even a chisel could be used as a lethal weapon. Okay, let's see, how many knew about the... I mean, I guess we're just going to present this one. Okay, so it's either the chisel or the chessboard. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, she does say that. Like, she did tell us that she goes. Like, how do we connect this one to what she said? The priest is judge or something. I'm gonna just also press on this one to see if we can get anything from this as well. You certainly seem to hold strong feelings towards Doja. That's naturally. Remember my interrogations? No matter how much evidence we find, he's still as slippery as a snake. You've got a lot of guts. That smug look he has on his face when he returns to his cell. No, just thinking about it makes my stomach churn. I sort of understand how you feel. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the dog has one of them. Okay, we're just gonna present the chisel. Nope. Ah, come on. Do you mean to say the dog threw the body into the well? Doja had more than one dog, not just a black one, you know. Didn't I tell you he has henchmen outside these walls as well? You mean his henchmen outside the prison aided him in this crime? Of course not. They would be caught by the security gates. But think about it, wasn't it he the supplier? That's hard to think he had dogs within the prison too. Oh, well then, why don't you tell me the name of these so-called dogs? If I knew that, I wouldn't have gone through so much trouble. In any case, it's still a possibility. Please try to consider it. Just dodging a question. Can I pursue this line of questioning any further? What in Roman's testament is covered in lies? If I pick them apart one by one, the true colors will surely be revealed. Wait a minute. If I press this one again now, sometimes I have to press one thing to press another thing to get the things. So we get something new here. No. But now that we know that she knows about the chessboard, now we have it in the testimony that she knows about the chessboard. We're kinda like trying to figure. Yeah, it's like. So maybe we can now present this. Nope. Because sometimes you have to do like get another statement, and then go back to present elsewhere. Damn it! Like, this is kind of rough. It's the only one. But the chisel hidden in the chessboard. But yeah, how did she know this? We don't have anything. Did Knightley do that though? Is Knightley the one who hid that chisel there? Is Knightley the one who hid it in the hid the chisel in the chessboard? Okay, you know what? I'm going to just save, so I don't have to go through a bunch of stuff in case I get it wrong. I don't want to spend too much time redoing everything. Okay, so it was that then. Huh. Warden Roland, you certainly are sharp-witted. Hey, enough with the titles. Call me Patty! Patty! However, there is something you were a little too knowledgeable about. Embarrassed? Oh, you are such an inexperienced child, Edgeworth, dear. Fight on, Miss Edgeworth. You said you don't really know much about Knightley. If that is the case, how do you know about the chisel inside the chessboard? Of course, the entrance check. Enough with the poor excuses. The entrance check. The chessboard wasn't something Knightley brought in with him. It was brought to him later by Mr. Keyes. He didn't even have it when he arrived here. That's my mistake. I meant the parcel check. Even if we assume that, there's still many suspicious points. Why wasn't such a chisel immediately confiscated? Judge Courtney, did you tell anyone about the trick to this chessboard? I did not. If no information about our investigation was leaked, then how did you find out? You could have not examined it during the entrance check or the parcel check. Certainly. Someone in the warden's position would never have let a chisel slip by. Exactly. So answer this, Warden Roland. When and how did you learn about the chessboard's secret? In that case, I shall answer for you. It is because... Oh, I give up, Edgeworth, dear. It is as you say. I interrogated Knightley. That's how I learned about the chessboard. But please believe me, I didn't kill anyone. Enough. It would appear that we have uncovered some vital information. I'll ask you to testify once more if that's alright with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. No objections here. Thank you, Edgeworth, dear. I'll do my best. Well then, Warden Roland, I trust there will be no more lies from here on out. Her pool of lies is slowly running dry. Soon, I will bring her out her true nature. I wouldn't go so far as to call it an interrogation. I always make sure to talk to all the new arrivals. Oh, Mr. Knightley, yes. We had a little chat. After our talk, he went right back to his cell, and I can assure you. She's piling lies on top of lies, not realizing that it only tightens the noose around her neck. You speak with the new prisoners, you say? That's right, I'm glad you understand.
Objection!
Your testimony is not solid evidence, it requires more than just understanding. Well then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, you may begin your cross-examination.
Hold it!
You're certain you interrogated him the day before the show? Yes, around three. Yeah, but that's what I was thinking too. Like 3 in the fucking morning. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what sort of monster would interview someone at 3 in the fucking morning? It's like, gods. 3 at night. That matches with the time of death on Knightley's autopsy report. You summoned him that late at night and he wasn't asleep. Well, a guard was attacked in Knightley's cell, remember? After that incident, we checked his cell and inquired about the circumstances. I'm sure all of the excitement made it hard to sleep. Knightley was wide awake, you know. So, even though it was highly irregular, you still carried out this late night interrogation. Edgeworth, dear, you're so mean. I may have been irregular, but the truth is I had a mood. You can call it what you like, it still doesn't change the facts. Please excuse him. I'll even give my incompetent apprentice a good scolding later. But for now, mademoiselle, what did you mean when you said you had a mood? I thought it was obvious, monsieur. I spoke with him in my office. Her office, the route she used to move Knightley's body. Please add that statement to your testimony. Of course. Because we have so little logic left up there, I'm going to press her on this before I present the autopsy report.
Hold it!
And where is your office located exactly? You know the sign at the detention center in the hallway. You mean the one that says no entry? Yes, it's just a short walk up from that aisle. About 5 minutes from the cell block. What? What? A walk from here to here takes 5 minutes? What? This place isn't big! How does it take 5 minutes to get from the detention center to the warden's office? How? I guess, but still. It has to be a slow walk. I mean, the campus of the university I attended, it was much larger than this. And I could cross the campus just like I would have to walk from one side of the campus to the other in a brisk pace to get to it for it to take 5 minutes. Like, the campus wasn't small, but like it is. No, it didn't take 5 minutes to cross the campus. The campus was it was a university campus, for fuck's sake. I guess, but still, it's a floor plan. Like, floor plans are supposed to be to scale. Otherwise, it's not really a floor plan. And like, game. I heard that room exits into the courtyard. Of course. That side of the courtyard is my private garden. Oh, I get it. You're going to say use the route to move the body. Indeed, you must have been able to use it. If you use that route. For now, that is merely a possibility. There is no direct decisive evidence to support this possibility. But there is no other way the body could have been moved. Surely you haven't forgotten my theory that silent keys drop the body in the well. Okay, for perspective, it takes me about 5 minutes to go to the store, which is like 300 meters, 300 meters that way. Actually, it's not even that. Actually, it doesn't take 5 minutes to do that even. I can walk down to the store in less than 5 minutes. Maybe it takes 5 minutes to get to the station, which is just down there. Oh well. Surely you haven't forgotten my theory that silent keys drop the body in the well. That's right. That's what she said! What she said! Pursuing this point further would be hazardous. Okay, so it's not that then. Ow. Yeah, that is true. Interacting with Larry makes you lose brain cells, that is true. I'm gonna press on the other things. What did you talk about? What indeed? There was just trifling conversation. What kind of animals he liked, what his hobbies were, that sort of thing. Hobbies? Assume he mentioned chess. Oh yes, that's all Knightley would ever talk about. Now that I think about it. The note he had in his room had probably had something to do with chess too. So, wouldn't Roland sword like his nose? And Knightley was, and what was Knightley like during the interrogation? He was very, very honest. Mr. Knightley was? Honest, pal? He was also talked of... What? He also talked about that croissant, some kind of promo. And croissant and chess piece promotions, I presume. Looks like he was his usual chess-loving self. If he really returned to his cell, there was no way he would be a corpse now. I know you're suggesting I killed him during the interrogation, but I couldn't possibly have had a motive to kill Michael, could I? Doji was the one I hated, and he was the one who and he had no connection to the victim. She only hated Doji. Please add that statement to your testimony. The only one you hated was Doji, am I correct? Yes, threatening me and doing whatever he wants in this prison. That man, I'll never forgive him. I'll do whatever it takes to corner him. Oh my god, what the hell is going on with this lady? And his black dog too. They aren't fit to live in my home. She's brimming with hostility, even towards Doji's dog. At first glance, it would seem she has no motive for killing Knightley. However, her hostility extends to anyone connected with Doji. If I consider that, the answer will naturally follow. She chats with the criminals. Warden sure is easygoing, sir. Easygoing? She killed one of the criminals, you know. And since the guy was handcuffed, it would have been a pretty one-sided affair. Warden Roland was the killer. I have faith in my reasoning so far. Okay, so I reckon I'm gonna have to call this one here. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to have a look at this. It looks like a record of a chess game. Is there anything wrong with it? This was discovered in the victim's cell. It was Knightley's memo. Warden Roller, you also discovered this note in the very same place. And not just in Knightley's cell, but in Doji's too, correct? What are you... Don't say that you don't know about the chessboard in this special cell. After all, you would have kept an eye on Doji's actions, down to the smallest of details. No, to be more precise, it wasn't Doji's that you needed to keep an eye on. The warden was searching for Mr. Doji's henchman. From the start, I found it strange that the warden interrogated the prisoners personally. Since he used his henchmen to threaten harm to her family, Warden Roland interrogated Doji to expose them. So, what are you saying? As you inspected Doji's mail, you must have known that he played correspondence chess. And then Knightley appeared, with a chess memo in hand. With the news that he and Doji were connected, you must have arrived at the same conclusion as well. However, you went one step too far in your reasoning. You thought Knightley was one of Doji's henchmen, who had come to kill you. So that's why you interrogated Knightley, boy. If the boss won't crack, I'll go after his henchman. In addition, you discovered something when you interrogated him. Inside his chessboard, you found a portable chisel. The murder weapon! To Warden Roland, the chisel was a symbol of Doji. And that was the final straw. You believed Knightley was one of Doji's henchmen and you killed him. It seems there will be no rebuttal. Judge Courtney, your verdict. Though it is incredibly unfortunate, there seems to be no room for doubt. I shall announce my verdict to the murder of Horace Knightley. Twice my sacred verdict has been interrupted. Who was that? Oh dear, is she going to accuse Edgeworth of being one of Doji's henchmen here? Warden Roland. Oh, how strange. You guys really don't understand anything. It was the only one who doesn't understand is you. Me? Oh, I understand one thing very well. There is a huge contradiction in your logic, Mr. Edgeworth. Once she's cornered, she starts sprouting nonsense. Paid no heed, Judge Courtney. Your verdict.
Overruled!
I am interested in hearing what the warden has to say. What? I thought so. I just have one more thing I want to say. What? Please take a good look at the autopsy report. The autopsy report. The one I brought with me. I heard exactly what you said earlier, Justine, darling. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches? No way. Could that shiny chisel really have made a wound 4 inches deep? Impossible. Like, how long is this chisel? How can I have made such an error? Oh, forgive me, God is a law. Well, I believe that overturns my hypothesis. I still can't over the fact that they're using hypothesis correctly. I love it! Oh, thank you, fan translators. Thank you! What will we do now, Miss Edgeworth? I am pleased. It's important. What will I do? It'll be alright, pal. Mr. Edgeworth always... Whoa, hey, now he's gone off the white. Hey, you're a defense attorney, aren't you? Is there something you can do, pal? Do that turnabout thing. Make some earth-shattering objection. Uncle Ray's hard worker, but without decisive evidence, we're just whipping a dead horse here. Oh, I love that. How that is a little stab at Phoenix. By the way, I hope my microphone isn't exploding on you, because like it is in like the monitor is in the red zone. I'm a little bit worried about it. Okay, good. Still though, I love this. Does that mean it's hopeless? The true killer is Warden Roland. If it's not her, then nothing that happens fits. But the chisel isn't a murder weapon. Are there any other sharp objects here? There are still many mysteries remaining in this case. However, we do not have the evidence to solve them at this present time. We have no choice but to continue this battle in the courtroom.
Objection!
That will just give the chiller a chance to destroy the evidence. Are you mocking the court? No. I didn't mean anything like that. You look perplexed, Miles. Is all of anything yet? The chisel is not the murder weapon. In that case, what is? Do we have anything that we could be used as a murder weapon? Yeah, that is true. And Gator's been feeling unwell, and there was a reaction to the metal detector on the Gator. That is true, Pix. It's no use. We're back to where we started. No objections, Prosecutor Edgeworth. By the way, any basic statements will be punished accordingly. It's no good. I can't think of anything. I need more time. I regret to say I have no... No! Mr. Edgeworth, remember what Mr. Shields said. If we give up, Simon will. Have you forgotten that sad look in his face? He was one who suffered the most from Michael's death. If we can't save him, then who will? Besides, Simon believes in us, so we can't give up. Okay. Miles, looks like you found a good partner. It's like little Kay says, whenever you're backed in a corner, think of your client. Keep fighting until the very end. Isn't that the feeling you're getting? Gregory, your old man. No matter what trouble he faced, he would always turn things around and save his client. Well, you've got his blood in you, right? In that case, you're good. You're the only one who can charge this around. Judge Courtney. The look in your eyes has suddenly changed. If you do intend to speak, you'd better be prepared to face the consequences. Your logic thus far has been misplaced numerous times. If this were to happen again, I will consider you unfit to call yourself a prosecutor, and you will hand over your badge. That's right. My reasoning about this case has indeed been misplaced numerous times. Have I made a grave miscalculation? Wait, my logic is misplaced. Still silent. I cannot condone this waste of time. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth! I will announce my verdict. That's it. I have to turn my logic around. Phoenix. My logic isn't misplaced. It's been misled. This court finds the defendant, Simon Key's objection. Is it a little early to hand on a verdict? I actually think it's rather late. Don't you agree, Justine, darling? Enlighten us. What? Try to remember the eyewitness account about this dog and his absence from the animal show. When I first heard that information, my suspicion immediately fell on Dover. I'm a mate who takes such pride in retelling your previous failings. But was that not the killer's aim? What if we assume that that was the intention from the start? Gold. Put on some more warmer things. Of course, the chisels serve the same purpose. Nightlift's body was stabbed in the same spot with multiple sharp objects. This shows that he was stabbed with a chisel after the real murder weapon was removed. By soaking the chisel in Knightley's blood, the killer wanted to mislead us into thinking the chisel was the murder weapon. Why? That's because. Why did the killer want us to think the chisel was the murder weapon? Warden Roland, you made use of this chisel's image. Chisel's image? What are you trying to say?
Hold it!
Mr. DeBest, when you see this chisel, what does it suggest to you? Huh? Something like Dojin is the killer, right? Now do you understand? That was the warden's aim. Ah! She wanted us to suspect the person with the chisels! Indeed, that was her plan from the very beginning, to make Sirhan Dojin out to be the killer. I understand your logic. It is true that the warden did not think kindly of Dojin, but you understand, don't you? This alone does not prove that she is the killer. As I thought, it is not enough. The remaining chance is for me to find the real murder weapon. If you have no more evidence, I believe this conversation is over. I could prove it, if I found the real murder weapon. That doesn't matter what you say. We did a clean sweep of this place. It is as Sebastian says. In the end, we cannot find any weapons. In other words, such proof is impossible.
Objection!
No. The murder weapon must still be somewhere in the prison. As long as this exists. The security gate. You remember its name after all. Are you mocking me? It's because of those things that you can't take out metal objects in or out of this place and Right. As long as the security gates exist, the murder weapon should still be here. That also means no weapon could have been brought into the prison. In the end, we're back to the same mystery after all. Judge Court. Prosecutor Edgeworth, surely you've realized. If the real murder weapon is still in this prison, one must also consider how it got there in the first place. The chisel was concealed within the chessboard, but the chisel is not the real murder weapon, which means the real murder weapon must have been smuggled in somehow. The way it was smuggled in, can you prove that? How Warden Roland brought the weapon into the prison? And because we have the other bellows connected to this to Doja's knife, that's it. She could have used that. This shows another way the weapon could be brought into the prison.
Take that!
Yesterday, Dojin said this. Hey, welcome back, Will. It's just Ace Attorney stuff. It's convoluted and it's great. Yes, my bells. There are only 2 of them in the world. Ask him to, since this is a flashback. It is possible the murder weapon was brought in as confiscated evidence. What? Doja's knife was confiscated and stored in the premises. Furthermore, a bell was attached to the knife. It can't be. The bell and that chisel. Exactly. The killer took it from the knife and reattached it to the chisel. But the only fingerprints on the chisel were Knightley's. The killer probably wore gloves when they made the switch. She made the chisel out with a murder weapon by attaching Dojin's bells. And in doing so, made Dojin appear to be the culprit. Furthermore, the handling of this set of evidence that this bell originally belongs to was only possible for someone with the proper authority. Whoa, sir, who'd have that kind of authority? Why don't we ask the warden what she thinks? I love that. You can't find bells anywhere. Anyone could attach it, right? I see, so you don't know. These bells are Dojin's trademark. There are only 2 in the world. What? What? And so attaching the bell would naturally make you the killer. Do you have evidence that I have the knife? You don't, do you? Of course, I understand. In that case, Mr. the Best, I'd like to request an investigation immediately. But if you find it, it'd be problematic for me. He's a child, yeah, but he is going to be a prosecutor. Like, if he is prepared to stand in court as a prosecutor like this and sentence people to death, like, you know, As the famous revolutionary once said, the only ones who are allowed to kill are the ones who are prepared to be killed. You know? The only ones who should be allowed to kill are those who are prepared to be killed. Or whatever, like however that quote goes. That doesn't matter now. It is necessary that we reveal the truth. You are a prosecutor, are you not? Well, if you say that. Curse this useless prosecutor if he still had investigative rights. Besides, we can't investigate without the warden's permission, right? There's no way she would approve. We have no choice but to investigate ourselves. If you don't have evidence, there's no use in continuing this conversation. The goddess of the law does not smile upon those with no evidence. This is so sketchy. This will have to be continued in the courtroom. Not good. If we give the warden more time here, she'll definitely destroy the evidence. It seems I have no choice but to raise an objection and stall for time. But I don't have anything definitive. Is it really acceptable? Is it really likely to do anything this reckless? No, not good. Now is not the time for hesitation. Right now I'm not a prosecutor, but an attorney's assistant. I need to protect my client. I'm the only one who can save him now. In that case... Even if it's 1 in a million chance, I will have to take it. It's sink or swim. Should I raise an objection? It almost feels like I've turned into a certain bluffing defense attorney. But right now I can't come to a standstill here.
Objection!
Hold it! Prosecutor Edgeworth, what now? I just realized something. What would that be? Pray tell? Naturally, the whereabouts of the real murder weapon. George's knife. Miss Edgeworth, is that really true? Yes, though it is a lie. I find it hard to believe. This isn't a bluff, is it? You underestimate me. The word bluff does not exist in my dictionary. This is bad for my heart. There's no way you could know, because such a thing doesn't even exist. Well then, could you enlighten us? Where is the real murder weapon? Think. Somewhere the police didn't look. A blind spot in this animal-filled prison. A hiding place the warden would have complete confidence in. Hiding place. Come to think of it. The same method? No, it couldn't be, could it? But there aren't many ways to hide things from an investigator's eyes. Prosecutor Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting? It's possible, but I'm taking a big gamble here.
Take that!
Here in the courtyard? Indeed. That's not enough information. Please show us in more detail.
Take that!
That's it. Back then. Huh? Oh, this is so dumb. But it's Ace Attorney and it's fabulous. Of course, that's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this. The chisel? Wasn't that just a fake murder weapon? Dojin hid this chisel inside of his dog's mouth, and the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. The real murder weapon is in the pond inside the alligator. What? What? We can confirm that the metal detector reacted to the alligator. Judge Courtney, please have the inside of the alligator examined. I give my consent. We'll have to call a veterinarian. I can make that little girl open her mouth. Can I help? Yes, go ahead. Oh, Regina. Regina has been redeemed for me in this case, really. I still don't like the Berry Big Circus, but Regina, this is Regina's redemption arc. Warden Roland, discovering the real murder weapon will settle this matter once and for all. Why don't you do the honorable thing and confess now? What would I have to confess? In that case, you could just wait for your fate to be sealed. Claim your destiny. I have very little water left. I need to get some more water soon.
By the way,
Hmm?
how the fuck do I destroy planets?
With the Colossus? Yes. Yeah, that is true, Subtile. Ah, we found it, sir. Just where you said it would be. It's over. Patricia Roland, the real murder weapon is none other than Dojin's knife. And the one who murdered Horace Knightley can only be you. Dojin was the evil one. I didn't do anything wrong. I was completely reasonable. It was completely reasonable. That guy was one of Dojin's henchmen. Him. If only he had never come to my home. I could at least still be happy. My special paradise. He ruined it. All of it. Him. That no good assassin. Him. Whoa!
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that? Yeah, that's the appropriate reaction. Nani the fuck? That's like... What the hell is this? Oh. Mr. The best of the best, we have the results. The best of the best. Looks like even the forensics officers have it tough. We found traces of Knightley's blood on Dojin's knife. It was just like you said. You're the best, Mr. The Best. Alright, good job. But don't stop there. Keep the praise coming. Yes, sir. You're so incredible it brings tears to my eyes. Oh god, this guy's worse than... You know, the best has... Like... You know... So at least Agent Lang could back it up with his, like, care for his subordinates when he just... Like, when the respect of his subordinates and all that stuff. This kid... Like, because, to be fair, he is a kid. You know? From sorrow. Well done, Sebastian. Next comes the follow-up investigation. Huh? What are you talking about, Justine? Hasn't the case been solved already? We have not yet confirmed if Knightley truly was one of Dogen's henchmen. There is also a chance that Warden Roland jumped to conclusions. Oh! That is the remaining uncertainty in this case. Anyways, let's keep investigating. Hey, you there, come with me. Since I am the best, the truth will be appear before me first. Hello, Dao. Thank you for the lurk. And thank you for the 5 bits, Dao. When the moment arrives, make sure you don't miss it. Yes, sir. I look forward to witnessing your first-rate ability. Let's go! We live in troubling times, wouldn't you agree? The would-be assassin of the president was found murdered in the prison. Knightley had not planned to assassinate the president. The truth is not as vital as you seem to believe it to be. Not to the world, and not to the law. That can't be right! Believe what you will, however. As long as Prosecutor Edgeworth remains a prosecutor, it is an inescapable reality. A prosecutor is not someone who demands a guilty verdict. That is what I believe. Yeah, I think Edgeworth needs a scream pillow here. Those are merely your values. The law is not a plaything for only any one person. If you will not submit to that, you will do well to prepare for the consequences. What's that supposed to mean, pal? Don't tell me you're gonna... Now then, this is where I must take my leave. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
The power of friendship.
Whoa! Thank you there for the gifted sub, Fail Knight. That is very much appreciated. Oh my god! Wait. Oh, but... And it was gifted to Sebastian the Best. Like... Okay, but Judge Courtney is right. The law should not serve any one person's desires. However, if the truth is bent as a result of that, can it really be called justice? Aha, Simon! Boss! What happened? They said you came out already. Well, honestly, I don't know for sure. All of a sudden, they were like, "You're free to go, and you should thank Mr. Edgeworth." Well, that's because he found out who the real murderer was. Really? He did? Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, no, wait, no, even the way you glare at me like that, it's useless. I'm innocent after all. You can't make me guilty. Simon, you should thank him, you know. You're right. Thank you very much. I want to thank you too. Good grief. Mr. Defense Attorney, can I ask you just one more question? Yes, you may, but I'm not a defense attorney. I thought that Knightley and I were friends. No, me best friends. I always thought we were. You don't think so anymore? Well, I'm just wondering, like, there were some things I had no idea about. Like how I could hate someone enough to kill them. That's why. Maybe he never trusted me either. Simon, that's not true. You're lying, because if I'd known, I would have stopped him. And I would have told him at the end not to be no need to be angry with anyone. And Mr. Keyes, I don't think he dislikes you either. Let's show him proof that Nigel trusted him. I mean, it'll have to be this one.
Take that!
That's what I gave to. Knightley had a chisel inside of it. Most likely to aid in his escape. Escape? He used me? He trusted in you. He knew you'd bring it to him without looking into it and without question. And in doing just that, you were caught up in everything. Knightley, you idiot! Looks like he gets it. Time is not as dumb as it looks after all. I'm sure you'll be back to normal by tomorrow. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Oh, I'll be strong. I'll become a splendid wild animal tamer for Knightley's sake. Excellent. That is the spirit. Oh, I almost forgot. If you'd like, please come to our next show. Let's not! Please let's not! For the love of God, please let's not! I'll also be performing in it. The Berry Big Circus is always fabulous and fun for all ages. Wow! That sounds like fun! Let's go, Miss Edgeworth! Well, I'll think about it. Wow! We need to get back to practicing right away! You'll be with Regina today! What? The tiger? No way, no way, no way! He'll be fine, he's a good boy! No way! There's no way he'll be fine! Please cut me a break, boss! And there they go. But man, bravo, bravo! You really put on a good show today, Miles. It's all thanks to you, Mr. Shields. Without your help, she might have gotten away. Not to mention, allowing us to continue the investigation. No, man, cut it out already. You're gonna make me blush. I never know when you're being serious. Uncle Ray is always serious. So how was it, Miles? How did it feel to be a defense attorney? To save people? A defense attorney? But that really took me back. It was just like being next to your old man again. It's been a while since I felt this good. Which was, well... It is something but difficult to say was a good thing. Come on, Miles, are you sure you don't want to be a defense attorney? What? You know, pick up where your father left off. Don't you want to save people like he did? What are you talking about, pal? Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecutor. But is it really that unusual for a prosecutor to become a defense attorney these days? I mean, it went the other way with Godot. So Unusual isn't the problem here. Hey, don't get so upset. It's normal, you know. Normal. It's not normal, pal. You all make for a powerful defense team. Mr. Shields, I'm a prosecutor. And Uncle Ray's a defense attorney. That's why I'm being serious about this. Wait, is this before Godot's time? The timeline? But yeah, it has to be, or somewhere close to it, because of the we see Phoenix together with Maya and Pearls in his blue suit in Gatewaterland. So it has to be before the end of Trials and Tribulations, the last case there. Oh, okay. Because I was thinking that because Maya will go back to complete her training and stuff. Okay, never mind me then. Well, that's just my opinion. Feel free to drop by any time if you have a charge or a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you. Following my father's footsteps. So Phoenix is at Gatewaterland together with Maya and Pearls in case 3. You can see him in the background rowing on a boat on the lake just before Edgeworth enters Gatewaterland in the very opening, if I recall. It's very like it's a blink it and you'll miss it moment, but he is there. And I missed it too, but I just know it's there. Me, become a defense attorney. I'm going to be a defense attorney, just like my dad. Hey, we have a sprite of him here now. Should I become a defense attorney? Like my father. And there we go. But we can go and check that out before we end today. The Inherited Turnabout. Yeah, that took 2 hours. That took almost exactly 2 hours. Okay, so let's go to the other investigations room. And we can open up the kidnap turnabout. He is supposed to be in the beginning here. That was a good case, yeah. Oh, it's in the middle segment. Well, then it's no point. Because I don't have a save state at that point. Oh no, I was thinking of AI13. So, but yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. Okay, yeah, then we missed it last time we played it. So, I think I'm just gonna stop here because I am very sleepy. Because Tenno and I were very foolish women last night and went to bed super late and had to get up in the early morning to go to work or get up for work and all that stuff. So I would like to go to bed a bit early today. Try to at least. Try to. So with that in mind, I think it is good for us to stop here. And yeah. It is like that, yes. So, thank you for watching today. I would like to thank Septile once again for the host, Dao, that's Poxis, our Poxis, for the 5 bits, and Fail Knight for the gifted sub to Sebastian the Best. And yeah, the Ace Attorney, it just takes so long. Even if it seems like there is gonna be like not so much left, it just takes so long. Especially because especially because like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not familiar with these cases. So I actually have to take the steps to think. So it takes some extra time because I have to just think through everything and get to it. Unlike the every other case where I actually knew what I was doing. So there's that. It is that is amazing. It is fun, you know? It's fun. I have a feeling that this person definitely did an Ace Attorney reference. So, let's see if we can raid someone. There's only a Pika Spray, and I have no idea what he's playing. is playing some sort of, it says Mugen, and it says welcome to Raccoon City, but it's not Resident Evil. I have no idea what he's playing. Actually, is there someone else we can raid? I want to see if there is someone else streaming Ace Attorney right now in a game in the Ace Attorney series, or something like that. Because, like, just to, you know, get something familiar. Oh, no, stop it, go away. I don't need to that. You know what? Let's. Is there someone else? No, it's just me streaming investigations. What about just the first investigations then? No one is, of course. What about just Ace Attorney? Hey, there is someone here playing Justice for All. And yeah, it looks like someone's playing Justice for All. Look at Sebastian the Best profile. Let's do it. Let's just go check. Okay, let's go like this. Checking the profile just to see what's up. Is empty. Overruled. Just hashtag Justine Courtney. But okay, so let's go raid this person playing Justice for All. It seems like they're in the last case, which is an amazing case. So let's raid here. I am not familiar with this person. So, but let's go. Let's go, because Ace Attorney is great. And this case is amazing. So there's that. Oh, and because we don't know if this person has played it before, don't say anything about what's going on. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll have a good weekend. And I'll see you all for Monday for some more Control, when we hopefully wrap up the Foundations DLC. Take care, everyone. I'll see you on Discord. Bye.